Welcome to a new video. We are back on the bank and today we are out doing some free fishing. We are also going to tell you about details of current competitions up for grabs. But first, Hugh is already behind the camera getting the rods out. I need to get the rods out. Let's go and do exactly that and let's try and catch a carp. Right then, well, just going to try and sneak a rod in down there, mainly because it just looks absolutely carpy as hell. Not because I've seen anything, but there has got to be carp down there. Right. So, just got a little pink 12mm pop-up on, because I expect there's a bit of leaf litter on the deck of the lake bed. And yeah, just a little mesh bag of some 8mm S7. Right, let's have a go. Oh yeah. Right, absolutely pucker. Let's try and get sweet. I've just got my standard leg clip set up and then my Rolly rig. I am actually using a pop-up today. I've got one of the yellow bug pop-ups with a little mesh bag of pellet. Really simple, one bite tactics, not using a lot of food, not costing a lot of money. We're going to slip that one out. Hopefully there's a few fish interested in a quick bite. That's it. Oh, lovely drop. And sink that line down. It's actually quite shallow. Right, well, I've just flicked that rod out then, and just before I set it up, I wanted to just talk you through the gear I'm using today. Now, we're obviously trying to focus on free fishing and saving a bit of money at this time of year when we've spent a lot over the Christmas period. And, you know, if you're looking at getting yourself a set of rods and you want to save yourself some money, then these are absolutely perfect. These are the ProLogic C-Series compacts. So they're a nice compact little rod, perfect for small water fishing, which I've done probably 80% of my fishing this year has been on smaller waters. And when you're fishing waters like that, you don't need expensive gear. You know, this is probably a £100 and under setup, rod and reel combo. This is the 9-foot 2.75 pound rod, perfect for small venues, nice and soft, really enjoyable to play fish on. And the reel was actually a DAM Dark Side 6000 FD, so front drag reel. It's got a lovely little quick folding handle on it as well, which is so good for packing up nice and easy, and saves yourself a lot of time, especially in the colder conditions when your hands and fingers aren't working as well. And yeah, it's just a great cheap combo to use for this style of fishing. So if you want to save yourself a bit of money, get yourself an entry-level sort of budget combo for small waters and don't sort of spend the world on your hardware. So anyway, that one's out in the pond. Let's just set that up on the deck. I'm just going to fish this one on a loose drag instead of getting a bite alarm out, because we might end up moving around a bit this afternoon. So I'll just slacken it off slightly. Right, that's all set, ready to go. Hopefully we get a bite. Right then, so the rods are out. We flicked one rod out in each swim. We haven't put any more out than that because we don't want to commit too heavily to each swim. We don't want to cause a load of disturbance. The idea is drop into a swim, flick out a little single, all with a little mesh bag, and hopefully nab one and then move on. So yeah, that's the plan of action today. Stay nice and mobile, get around the lake and find out where these carp are sitting up.
Now, we're all a little bit skint, like I'm sure like you lot probably are, sat at home watching this. We've all had Christmas, spent an absolute fortune on presents and food. Hopefully you've had a lovely time like we have. But yeah, we're a little bit skint, so coming up to a free venue like this, it's urban, there's loads of people walking around. We've had 2 subscribers already come up and say hello, which is pretty cool. And yeah, it'd be an absolute bonus, a cherry on the cake if we could nab one. So we're going to keep watching the water. Fingers crossed and it happens in the first swim. But failing that, we'll get on the move and yeah, try and catch one today.
Right, well, I just wanted to talk about the rig quickly. Now, I'm not going to do an in-depth talk about the rig because it's not needed in this video. But what I did want to touch on is how I believe that the rig that we're using today is quite cost effective. Now, the rig we're using, we've been using it pretty much all through 2024, and that is the Ronnie. Now, we've got our own versions of the Ronnie. We tie them up our own way and use our own components, but essentially it is the same rig. Now, the reason I think it's cost effective is because I've had the same hook lengths on my rods all through the year. I've not had to change them. Luckily, they've not been damaged or kinked, so I've had the same ones on there pretty much all through the year. The only thing I've had to change is the hook point. And if you're using any other rig, if your hook point goes and you need to change the hook, obviously you're going to have to change the hook, whatever rig you're using. The advantage to the Ronnie is you don't have to change the whole hook length and put on a brand new hook length, which obviously uses up rig material. All you do is change your hook point. You can reuse your hook swivel, you can reuse your bead, so you're not having to use loads and loads of kit time and time again. Although the initial cost of the Ronnie rig, I guess, is expensive because there's a few components. Actually, if you're using it all the time and you just change your hook, you're not actually costing yourself that much money because you're retaining all the bits you've already bought. So I think it's a good cost-saving rig. Once you've got it, you can use it time and time again. All you have to do is change your hook point if you catch one. So yeah, it's a great little rig. It saves you a bit of money. So something to think about in your own fishing.
Right then, well, unfortunately absolutely nothing has happened around here other than a couple of dogs making their way into the water while the owners were screaming their names. It was quite sort of comical, but yeah, probably disturbed any fish that might have been down this end. We've seen nothing, we've caught nothing, so it's time to crank the rods in, get on the move and go and try and find them, hopefully down the other end of the lake, which we can't see from where we are. So let's make it happen.
So we've just walked pretty much the full length of the lake. We're down at the other end now, which is apparently the deeper end, and I have caught a few fish down here. There's a lovely sort of snaggy overhanging margin which the fish do seem to like getting under. So I think what we're going to do is we're both just going to drop in this swim. It's quite a big swim in this corner, and you've got this lovely overhanging sort of margin along here which looks really good for some fish to be hiding up under there. I'm pretty sure it's undercut as well, so if we can get a couple of rods real tight up against here, there's a chance I think we could have one, and then maybe fish a rod out into open water, or maybe one of us fish sort of the open water and one of us fish obviously this nice sort of structure along here. So yeah, I think we're both going to get in there, get a couple of rods out and see if we can make it happen, because to be honest, the light is going, it's going to be dark very soon, so time is of the essence. the rods are out, so I've got 2 out. I've got 1 down the right hand margin, just down in the edge here where there's a bit of a tree sort of coming out. There's a bit of structure down in here. Oh, focus is going. And then I've got 1 just out into open water, both on singles with a little mesh bag, a pellet. And then Hugh has got 1 along here, which he's getting some shots of. And he's basically just got that tight to the tree line out there, which he's clipped up. And yeah, underarmed out nice and tight. And to be fair, I think if we're going to get a bite, that will be the one that'll do it. I imagine the fish are going to be up in those trees where there's lots of cover and probably feel quite safe just coming out as that light's going for a little bit to eat maybe. But it's been really busy today, loads of people around. There's been quite a few people fishing, loads of dogs causing a lot of disturbance, but it's part lake fishing. It's what you expect really, but this is the kind of time when it starts to quieten off. And there might be a chance maybe of a bite, but we've not really seen any fish all day. It's been very, very tricky location wise, but we fished 2 spots, essentially covering a decent bit of water, to be fair, in both areas, just trying to sort of cover as much as we can, reposition the rods a few times, but yeah, it's just not happened. So we're going to stay in there now till it gets dark before we shoot home, and hopefully we can finish off with a bite. But at the end of the day, it's been a free fishing trip, hasn't cost us much money, so we can't really complain. It's been nice getting out on the bank and getting a bit of fresh air.
Right there, well unfortunately it's come that time, the end of the session, and a couple of blanks to round up 2024. Just what you and we ordered. Yes,
definitely.
Mate. Oh, what a classic video this has turned out to be. No, it hasn't really gone to plan on both the filming and the fishing front, but thank you for watching this far if you have. We've got some wicked things planned in 2025, so if you're new around here, please subscribe, because yeah, we've got some good things coming. But competitions, mate, that's some other good stuff coming.
Indeed, yeah. So we've had a bit of a delay in announcing the winners, but we did a giveaway about 4 videos ago when we were fighting against the clock. We went to a local and did a little bit of a sort of challenge. But yeah, we announced that if we lost, there would be 2 competition winners, and basically we caught nothing and we lost. So 2 of you have won the goodies. So I'll put the winners up below because we've forgotten what they are, so we'll put them up below when I get back. Just jumping in here then, I wanted to just touch on some of the comments for this month's giveaway. I was going to just sort of go through it quickly, get the winners announced and just job done. But to be fair, some of the comments were absolutely brilliant and I feel like I need to read them out. So I try and put them up here so you can see them. But winner number 1 is Friggin' Mozzies, that's their name on YouTube, and this is absolutely brilliant, this story, and I really hope it's true. I'm just reading it off my phone. So Friggin' Mozzies said, my shortest session was on Brixton Harbour Breakwater. I was targeting mullet. There's some good fish there. The mix was mashed up bread, the float was cast, the spot was a definite result. Oh, I effed up. Throwing a massive mashed bread around the float brought in every massive seagull in Devon. And yes, the biggest got caught in the line. So now being watched by all the tourists, I had to wind in a humongous gull and free it from the line wrapped around its leg. The gull kicked my ass. Blood pouring from my hands and humiliation. It was like I was attacked by a golden eagle. Note to self, don't do that again. Absolutely brilliant comment. You know, that just sounds such a funny session, and sometimes when things go wrong you can still get something from it, you know, look back and think what a brilliant, you know, what a ridiculous session, and just have a laugh about it. So yeah, Friggin' Mozzies, your winner number 1. Winner number 2 is Gary Harvey 2295. So I felt like this was quite similar to some of my situations when I take my lad fishing, and it's all about finishing the session with a smile basically. So Gary put, Last Saturday, my 9-year-old boy wanted to go fishing, so I took him down to a local club lake. On the way there, he gave me a 5-fish challenge. It was 12:30 by the time we arrived, and we could only fish till 3:30, so we had 3 hours to fish and catch 5 fish. We settled in the swim near some dying lily pads. Within 1 hour, we had 3 mid-double commons, so it looked good to complete the challenge. Well, the next hour was dead, so we decided to head down the other end of the lake where we saw some activity, but nothing came of it. Only having an hour left of our mini session, decided to get the stalking rod out and fish the backwater which runs around the lake. Free-lined a nice big lump of bug paste under an overhanging willow, produced 2 lovely chub of around 3 pound. Challenge completed. Me and my boy both went home with a big smile. And that is exactly what fishing should be about. So yeah, I really thought that was nice. You know, going out, spending some time with your lad and going home with a smile on your face. That is exactly what fishing is about. It's about having fun and just enjoying it. So yeah, Gary Harvey, 2295, you are winner number 2. Friggin' Mozzies, you're winner at number 1. Get in contact with us, send us your details, and we obviously get those giveaways sent out to your door. Back to the video. We've actually got another giveaway at the moment.
Yep.
So we announced it in the last video where we did a huge £3 giveaway where we went out for Christmas, gave all the kit away. We also allowed the subscribers the chance to win something, and that was a set of bite alarms with a receiver and a bivvy light, and that is still running. So if you want your chance to win yourself a set of bite alarms, go and check out the £3 giveaway video, get a comment in, get involved in the giveaway, and you never know, next week we may be announcing you as a winner.
Absolutely, well done, mate. You did that really well, to be fair.
Took a few goes.
Yeah. Well, that's it, the end of the video and the end of 2024. So from us, a happy new year and a massive thank you. The channel has done really well this year, and
it has, yeah, it's done really well.
Yeah, hopefully that can continue into 2025. We appreciate your support as always, and yeah, hopefully you have a good end to the year.
Thank you very much. Subscribe, like. See you next Tuesday at 6:30 for another one.
Yeah.
Let's kick off 2025 in style.
By catching something.
Hopefully.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Whoa, it's a big puddle there.
Yeah, it's good.
I say you're famous, but no one watches it, so you're not really.